And the board, when they met last night, we took action to address his concerns so that we can prepare for disaster, we can respond for disaster, we can continue with the life-saving classes such as the CPR and the first aid. And one of the first things you're going to see is you will see more board members on our board from the disaster side and the health and safety side. We will communicate better so that we can serve you better. That's number one. Number two.
It's a long one.
I'm going home. I'm here also to announce with a bit of sadness, but there's this place in time that Joseph Agostini no longer will be employed with the Red Cross or affiliated with the Red Cross. We wish him well. He could pursue other needs and pursue other interests. So we do, in the interim, we will have an interim CEO coming down from National. We have called National, and they are responding. National is coming down. We'll have an interim CEO that will be here. We've had a very, very experienced disaster response volunteer. We're going to have a rotating staff every 2 weeks of the volunteers coming down. In addition, the committees are being formed to look at filling both the position as a CEO and as a disaster response person. We are very honored that we have the full support of the city and county, and we'll have a couple messages from the disaster response folks, managers that we've spoken to in all the outlying counties. Because one thing we've all got to remember, and I feel so tickled inside, this is not about anyone. This is not about me. This is not about you. The Red Cross, it's bigger than all of us. And I believe in our time when we've been going through this, I'll just come right through our crisis, I believe in our hearts we've all been on the same page. And sometimes it takes a little bit of bumps on the road. Like a family, we got to still screaming and shouting. But I think we're going to be better because of this. And we have both the city and the county are here to provide assistance. They're here to, any way that is needed. I was just giving this, excuse me if I do a little bit of reading. But both the city and county managers are available to assist the chapter in fulfilling the mission of the Red Cross. Because this is about our community. People that have asked, is the Red Cross able to respond? They didn't realize that this is Tallahassee. We are filled with caring people. We are filled with professional people. And we could not do this without our volunteers. And I'd just like to say one big cheer for our volunteers. Yeah. One thing to let everyone know with the professional folks we have, if a disaster occurs, we are ready and we will respond. And with that, I'd like to give a couple words to our City Commissioner, Alan Katz, and you're here, we're going to start with Sheriff Campbell, then Alan Katz.
Mr. Katz and I were sitting there, and I'm glad I got to go first, but we agreed that anytime he and I both show up, it generally is a disaster. But on a serious note, as part of the first responder community and as a strong supporter of the American Red Cross, one of those that's been there year after year after year, when we're all there together in the worst possible times or the worst possible conditions, we're still going to be there for you. We are very proud of the board of directors coming forward in a very positive and forceful manner to resolve the concerns that people have had. We want to assure any volunteers that are wondering what's happening now. We're all still going to be out there. But people are there in the time of need. They need you. They need us. More important, they need the team that we have. We're a member of that team, and we're not quitting. We'll be right there. If you need us, call. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to just say a couple words. First of all, thank you all for being here. And I don't mean just here today. I mean being Red Cross. I've got a wife of 31 years who has trained me over the last 5 that just you work at the Red Cross, that is your job. Whether you get a paycheck or not doesn't really matter, because the heart, the soul, the core of the Red Cross. For those of you that come in as volunteers, do what you do. You're the ones that make this work. And I think that there was a situation where our community became suddenly at risk because what you do became confused. Your leadership stepped forward. They did what they needed to do. We're on a different track now. And on behalf of the city, I want you to know that I think that we're there to be very, very supportive of what you do, because this community has had the luxury, when I say the community, I also mean government, we've had the luxury of looking to the Red Cross to see the core of what happens in terms of disaster response in this community. Most communities have to do it differently, and the Red Cross volunteers, sometimes they come in after us, so they're sort of the extras. We're the extras. You guys are the ones that do it. And without you, I believe our community was at risk. For those of you that hesitated about staying with the Red Cross that are coming back, I say thank you on behalf of this community, because we need you. You are part of, you are an essential part of this community. And as somebody who is married to a volunteer whose job is to come to the Red Cross, I want you to know that I happen to think, and I know I'm speaking for her when I say this, the paycheck that she gets, which is the satisfaction of working with a marvelous group of people all the time that she does with the Red Cross, is the biggest paycheck our house gets. Thank you.